What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Wanda White, and this is another edition of This Is Where I Stand.
This is where I stand.
We have been having so much fun with our guests. They have been hilarious, and we've been answering all kinds of questions that people have been really, really talking about in the comments. Today, we have some special guests, some really good friends of mine. We mixing it up today a little bit. We have people from all walks of life. Some are comedians, some are not. But today we have two hilarious comedians. Sitting to my right, this is my brother from another mother, okay? But before I introduce him, I have to introduce the super producer, the one who makes it happen around here, my son. Y'all give it up for
Number one.
Noble One in the building, making it pop, making it happen. So, to my right, we have a comedian. He tours all over the country. He's been on Def Comedy Jam, BET, everything you could name. He does a lot of black shows and kills it, gets standing ovations. He's worked for me. He works clean. He works dirty. He's been in movies like The Wash, cult classics. You know what I'm saying? We love this dude, okay? Yes. And he has the perfect name because I can always count on him. And he always, always, always can tell me the truth. Y'all give it up for Honest John.
Honest John.
Yay, me.
In the building.
I'll help.
You feel me? And next to him, I'm getting to know this dude, man. We becoming fast friends, you know what I'm saying? I saw him on the comedy circuit, met him through another comedian, just loved his vibes, you know what I mean? He gonna be a superstar out here doing movies and television all day. He's a hilarious comedian, fantastic writer. Look at him. He's handsome and suave, you know what I'm saying? The ladies love him. He's fabulous. Tours all over the country. About to be a bona fide headliner everywhere he goes. Any minute. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for my boy, Marquez Acuna.
Thank you. Right,
they call him
Marquez.
East Los Marquez, because he's from East Los. You feel me?
That's right.
All right, guys. We are so glad you're here today. And this show is different than any other podcast because we just do random stuff here.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. The first segment we do is called Where Do You Stand?
Where do you stand?
Because in life, you got to stand on something. Some people are so wishy-washy. You tell them, is it good or is it bad? I don't know. It's kind of good. It's kind of bad. No.
It depends.
We don't want none of that. Where do you stand? Is it good or is it bad? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Is it right or is it wrong? It's kind of right, kind of wrong. It's no gray area.
Where I stand.
No, it's where do you stand? Okay?
Okay. All right.
So we're going to go to where do you stand, and we'll present it first to Marquez.
Go ahead.
All right, man. Do prettier women get away with more than average looking or ugly women?
Not even a question. Absolutely yes. Without a doubt. Come on now. Pretty girl syndrome. That's what I call it. When pretty girls, they're not used to hearing the word no. You know? Ever.
Right.
Ever.
Can you tell them no, Marquez?
Man, I've tried.
They just don't listen to you, like, whatever.
Yeah, for a pretty girl, no is a maybe or not right now. You know?
It's a just wait.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself catering more to beautiful girls and doing more things?
Definitely, you have to. You absolutely have to, because like it's one of those. There are so many dudes. Like, for example, right? I dated this girl, and I was competing against dudes that were flying her out to like Greece and Paris and shekels off the coast of Africa. Like, you know, and she was a professional dancer. You know, she was in the ballroom scene. And yeah, I was out there spending all 2,000 of my hard-earned dollars every 2 weeks, just taking her to lunch and dinner. And man,
trying to get her
you gotta compete. You gotta
so
compete.
Even if she's mean to you, you would be like, "That's all right. She's so pretty."
No, pretty girls are never mean. Pretty girls are pretty girls have very little stress in their life. You know, like they just gotta worry about how they look and you know, getting to the gym and the outfit they're gonna wear that day. That's pretty girls. It's rare that you'll find a pretty girl that has more than that going for them, especially in LA.
But you take a lot of stuff off of her because she's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna get in the ring, you know, you gotta pay to play. It's kind of the situation,
okay.
you know.
What do you think, Honest John?
Well, men will let pretty girls get away with more.
Come on now.
But average looking or maybe even a little bit ugly girls, they can get away with a lot because nobody's paying any attention to what they do.
Right.
You know? so they can get away with a lot of shit because you don't know, and even if you did know, you probably wouldn't care that much.
So,
Yeah.
Men are so superficial. Why do pretty girls get away with more stuff?
I mean,
Number one.
for me, it's simple. Like he was saying, like East Los, it's a game of numbers out here, and when you got your competition that's flying her to Paris, that's taking her to Bora Bora, flying and buying her all type of purses and clothes and cars, apartments. When you got to compete with those type of other suitors, you got to pay to play. So she's going to, because of her options, she can be a little bit more standoffish because
So when
has
she
the
doesn't call
options.
you back, or when she's not available to you or whatever, you let her get
It's
away with it. Like,
I'll
she'll
say
call
it
me
like
later.
this.
Go ahead.
I'll say it like
Go
this.
ahead.
A pretty girl is more understandable for me for her to actually be busy. With an ugly girl, how many people is really trying to take you out? I know this other girl got 50 people trying to take her out.
Yeah.
That's messed
Like,
up.
you ain't that busy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
if she
Yeah.
don't get back to you, she is probably doing something with somebody who is able to pay the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
What ended up happening with me, with a lot of these pretty girls, they had like a main dude, right?
100%.
And I was totally fine being the side chick.
Like, I'm just trying to
Right.
get in
Yeah,
there.
I'm according. Yeah, my bank account. That's all. That's the position I applied
Right.
for, a side
Thank
piece.
you. Thank
But
you.
what
know?
are you paying for? Just
Access.
to,
No.
to see
What's
her?
cool about getting with the girl and being her side piece is that you can't take her out to dinner because she
No.
can't be seen.
No.
You know. So.
But she was just that bad. You were sprung on her. 'Cause
Oh
she
my
was-
God, I was so in love. And the dude she was with was like hella, like he was older cat, mad money, no personality. So all I was doing was
Okay.
making her laugh and come. That's it. You know?
Okay, so you just never had nobody that bad to where you was like, I don't even care. I'll just
I-
get Tuesdays.
No. Honestly, that's all I could afford. You know, that's all I could. I had to go with my bank account. You know,
Exactly.
yeah. Because at one time she had me, man. I was like in the hole like 2,000. Yeah, she wanted to go to breakfast, and I was like, you know.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
in LA, everywhere you go, at least
Crazy.
$50 to $100 every time you stop to eat, no matter where you're at. I mean, you getting ramen noodles is
Yeah.
$80.
And don't get no drinks.
No,
Don't-
at all.
Come on.
At
don't
all.
Get no drinks.
Yeah, I tell her I was
Ladies,
allergic to alcohol.
We usually hear this. We
That's what I
usually
said.
hear this story in reverse. We usually do, but we don't hear it in reverse this time. Now the guys are getting sprung, and they're willing to be on a Tuesday or a Wednesday just to be in her presence because she's that beautiful or whatever.
That bad.
So
Yeah.
these pretty girls, they getting it going on like that. You know what I'm saying? I
It's the
don't
truth.
know. I never knew that they could get down like that, but I guess they do. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. All right, go ahead.
So we're going to go to another Where Do You Stand? Right?
Okay.
This was for you, John. Social media should have a dislike button.
Should have a dislike button.
Yeah. Like, you know how they have a like button?
You
on
have a
art?
like button.
They have a dislike button. I don't like this.
Well, you know, if people don't like what you're doing, they're gonna put it in the comments anyway.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
so that ain't necessary for you to be keeping track of your dislikes.
Yeah.
You know, but YouTube has a thumbs up and a thumbs down button.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's true. But on regular Instagram, it would be kind of messed up
I would,
if you putting stuff out there and then you getting dislikes.
yeah, I would like that personally. Because it's a whole bunch of stuff that, it's one thing to scroll past. It's some stuff that you like, no, get this out of here.
Yeah.
So I would want a dislike button.
I think it's already it has that, like, if you don't put a heart on it, you know what I mean? Like somebody posting and they think they're slaying or killing and they get like 2 likes on it, you
Oh,
know?
that's the worst.
Yeah. Or it's all like the thirsty dudes or whoever's, you know? Like it's obvious when it's a good post and when it's not. You know?
I know it's bad when my aunt like says something on my post like "great job." It's like,
Yeah. Those are the
But
worst.
do we really need to know who dislikes stuff?
I don't think so. Not on Instagram.
If they don't like it, then evidently they disliking it, right?
Yeah, if they don't like it, then it's a dislike. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
They
I
need
mean,
to have a lie button.
I mean,
a
Lying.
live,
Yeah.
a
You know what I
cap
mean?
button.
A cap
Cap.
button.
Cap.
That's cap.
Yeah,
you
you're
lying.
not that snatched.
I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody do not look
Yeah.
like
Then
that.
Yeah.
no, yo,
Those
that
ain't your
is
shoulders.
Not your house.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
get
what they should have, a cap.
button.
Get away from that
Cap.
Ferrari. Yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is not your role.
Dude
Yeah.
balling, talk about you got a stack of money, it's
Yeah.
fake. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
100%. That's music video
Cap
money.
button.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me?
A cat button, definitely.
Okay, a cap button.
A cat button for
Instead
sure.
of dislike. Dislike is different because people will be hitting dislike too many times for
Yeah.
no reason.
There'd be a lot of
Like,
suicides
just be
with that
hating.
dislike button.
It sure would be,
Yeah.
especially girls who are making their living
Yeah.
off of it.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
It would be too
funny.
hard for them to deal with it. You
No,
know?
absolutely.
They'd probably be jumping off of buildings. You know what I'm saying?
Really, really.
Yeah, that's not really good.
But it'd be cool to have the cap button. You hit the cap, and then a bunch of little like LA Rams hats. You know, just wouldn't that be funny? It's just like
Yeah, that's
like
hilarious.
confetti.
All right, y'all hear
Cap.
this with the cap.
Yeah.
That's cap.
That's
Cap
cap.
button. Coming to
Yep.
Instagram.
Yep.
Or just a
It's
dude that
like
comes out and
light
goes
and cap.
like he
you
just
can't
it doesn't
hit
even
light-
say anything. It just looks at you. It just
can't
looks at
hit
you like
light
sign
and
up.
cap at the same time.
That'd be so funny.
I love that.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so this say we just warming it up and easing it in there. So, Honest John and Marquez, we have a segment called Test Your Knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay? So, as soon as you don't know, just say pass.
Okay.
And the question will go to the other person.
Now, this
Got
is
you.
a game, and we are keeping score. I
Okay.
need you to know
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Yes, there is a winner, okay? There's a winner. But we don't want to get upset. There's no turning over
Yeah,
couches.
yeah.
Honest John, we don't want you turning over the couches and all of that.
Yeah.
Fighting, jumping over and stuff like that, at the judges.
Right,
okay?
100%.
So we're going to start
I'm
with
73 years old. I ain't about to ruin my back turning over a
I know
couch.
that's right. And he looks like he has a lot of muscle. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to start. You want me to start with
Yeah,
Honest
please
John?
start. Yeah.
Okay, Honest John. To be called an EGOT, what awards would you have to win? An EGOT.
I have no idea.
Say pass.
Pass.
Do
An
you know?
Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Boom.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. That's when you an EGOT.
Okay.
When you
TV
win an
movie.
Emmy,
It's 1-0.
a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Yeah.
You
That's
an
right.
EGOT.
That's an
There's very
EGOT.
few people who are EGOTs, but it's a lot there out there.
Viola
Yeah.
Davis is an EGOT, right?
Viola Davis.
Viola
is an
Davis.
EGOT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's dope.
Is Denzel?
Okay. Now,
No, he don't have the he
Who
don't
is
have
it?
a
Tony, right?
he don't have a
Who?
TV. He don't have the TV one.
who
He
is
got a
that?
Tony?
Who?
Denzel?
I think he has a Tony because I
He
think
has a Tony for, I think,
Fences.
Fences?
I think he did Fences on
either
Broadway.
Fences or The Soldier's Play or one of those.
Oh,
he got a
oh,
Tony.
no,
I
no, no.
think it has a
the
Tony.
the Band of Brothers or something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
another
Yeah.
another August Wilson thing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the Grammy.
No, he doesn't have a Grammy. Oh, that makes sense.
He doesn't have the
That
Grammy.
makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get a Grammy.
I think it was for audio some kind
Audio
of
book?
book that was on a
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes
something
sense.
like that. She
Interesting.
spoke
Yeah.
on somebody's thing and it was on music and it got a Grammy for some category. Yeah.
Might have been a speech or something. Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 So for you, Islos, what color is a ruby?
What color is a ruby? I would say ruby red.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Honest John, when Jack and Jill went up the hill, what were they going up there to fetch?
A pail of water.
Pail of water. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What state is Area 51 located?
That would be in New Mexico.
Incorrect.
Area 51 is in Roswell, New Mexico.
Incorrect.
Really? Is it Las Vegas?
It's Nevada.
Oh.
You didn't give him a chance to
Oh, my
answer.
bad.
It's Nevada.
My head went. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
that
Yeah.
was my fault because I was supposed to.
You're supposed to give him that.
Man, that
It's
TV
2-1,
show.
but it's
Okay.
in Nevada.
Yeah, damn. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was
Okay.
okay.
Honest John, how many legs does a spider have?
8.
Yep.
Orange John's killing it. Okay.
Okay.
Don't call it a comeback.
Who is the man that's always chasing Bugs Bunny?
The man that's always chasing Bugs Bunny was Elmer Fudd.
Yep.
Let's go.
Honest John, spell Wednesday.
WEDNESDAY.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. What is Bill Clinton's daughter's name?
Hillary. No. Chelsea.
you're
Chelsea.
wrong.
Chelsea.
You're wrong.
Damn.
Wrong.
Damn.
Honest
It's
John.
Chelsea.
Damn.
Boom. He
Yo, I should have said final answer.
got you.
Yo, he kicking my ass now. Dude, the comeback is real.
Okay, this is for Islo. Name the movie that actor Danny Trejo starred in that has become a cult classic.
Machete.
Machete.
Okay, we're tied up, John. Here we go, neck and neck.
For all the marbles.
Who's this going to? Going to John.
Who sang the songs "Love Me Tender" and "Blue Suede Shoes"?
Elvis Presley.
Man, oh man.
John got you.
God, he
Came
got
for the
you.
lead.
Oh my
5-4. Yeah,
Good
that
job,
was
brother.
a nice round.
Good
That was
job.
killer.
Oh,
That was
my
good comeback right there. All right, so we're going to do a segment called Going to the Bowl. When we go to the bowl, we get deep.
Okay.
This
Are
is
you
a lot more
ready?
serious.
Okay.
Are you ready to go to the bowl?
I'm ready for the bowl. Let's go.
Okay. Are you
You ready,
upset
Alexander?
about him beating you?
I'm a little upset. I'm
little
about
bit.
to put. If I had a blue shade shoe on right now, I'd put it somewhere.
You see what I'm saying? The blue straight shoes. But you know, he's a genius. He's mellow and everything, but he's a genius. So you had no chance.
Honestly, I didn't. I know.
All right. We're
I
going
think
to
he
the
hustled
bowl.
you, honestly.
Really?
All right.
Really?
I think he hustled.
So this ain't bowling. This is.
No, this
All
is
right.
serious.
All right. If you had to go without one of these four things, which one would you miss the most?
Oh man. Okay.
Food, sleep, sex, or money?
They both. Ooh.
I'll let you think about it. If you had to go without one of these four things, which one would you miss the most?
Food.
Believe it or not, I'm picking mine is sleep.
That's fair. Yeah, because you
That's
can't function.
understandable.
Mine is sleep now. Like 20 years ago, it would have been sex or money, but now mine is sleep.
Now I've
Right,
been
East Los, what you got?
I've been broke, so I'm not worried about money. Food, I would miss a whole bunch, but I don't know if I'd miss food more than I would miss sex, because if I'm not having sex, then I'm not gonna want to eat. I'm not gonna want to live.
Not
you know?
gonna want to sleep. Either.
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely
sex
not.
is very important.
I think it is. I
Sex
think
and
at
sleep.
this point in my life, it definitely. I think it is. I think it
I'm
has to be
Sex
sex.
and sleep.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Sleep didn't even cross my mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
good for you.
Sleep didn't even cross my
So
mind.
young people
Yeah.
not thinking about
I
sleep.
didn't
You
even
thinking
think
about
about
sex
sleep.
and food.
That's
Yeah,
it.
You know, I'm
Those
gonna change the
are the-
question.
Those are the 2 ones.
I'm changing the question, Islam. You get to pick two, pair two together. So the two that you want to put together, food, sleep, sex, or money, put two together.
Oh, I'm gonna. Well, which ones am I gonna keep, or which ones am I
Two,
gonna?
which one you gonna keep?
I'm gonna keep sex and food.
Yep.
Sex
Yup.
and food.
Sex
you
and
gonna
food.
see keep sex and food?
Yeah,
Easy.
easily. Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
I'm gonna keep sleep and money.
Yes.
Yeah, what the-
Food and sleep.
No, you know what? Hers is the
Listen.
smartest answer, because if you have
Money,
sleep
yeah.
and you have money, you can get. But
Yeah,
I-
yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
but,
Yeah.
I
no,
need
but what if
sleep
you
and
can
money.
get chicks, but you can't have sex with them?
oh, that's the
That'd
worst.
be the worst.
Damn, blue
Like,
balls all day.
I need sleep
No.
and money. And
That's
he
what
said,
said,
you said food and money?
Food and sleep.
Food and sleep.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, that's deep, huh?
I,
Yeah.
We gotta eat.
I
Yeah.
know how to. I know how to live without money.
Right.
Okay.
I know how to live without money. I don't like it,
No, no.
but I know how to live
Yeah,
without
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
I know how to live without sex, because I got this guy right here.
Oh, Mr. Hand there.
Yeah.
Handyman.
Hey, they call him Honest John for a reason, because that John.
That's being honest.
Yeah.
You know that song, Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It. When I hear that song, I go, hey, they're playing our song.
He crazy. Okay, so John said food and sleep. I said sleep and money. And both of you guys said food and sex.
Yeah, definitely.
I did.
Yeah. those are the
Okay,
ones I'm
priorities right there. That
Yeah.
was a deep
100%.
one. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Because you guys, younger people, think about things differently. And what
Definitely.
me and John chose, and you guys chose the same thing.
Y'all
And
both
so
chose sleep.
We,
Yeah,
We
definitely.
had that. Yeah, when you get older,
You said sleep
your
and money. He
sleep-
said food and
he
sleep.
said food and sleep.
We both was food and sex. I
Yeah.
guess because we had different times in our lives.
Right.
To where we had
Sleep is so
different
important to
priorities.
me now, whereas when I was under 35, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
you-
all night, and then sleep a little bit, get up again, you know.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm like, leave me alone. I need my nap.
right.
I got a show tonight. I need to take a nap because I'm going to be up late.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
But if you are doing sex, you are sleeping a lot better.
Right,
Yeah.
you sleeping
Yeah,
a lot
oh.
better. You like,
Way better.
all right. But just a time to get that sleep.
Man, oh man.
Okay, so let's go back to the bowl because I think we're doing real good with this right here.
Yep.
This one is important, and we're going to get this.
Go ahead.
This is a good perspective right here. All right, let's go.
Okay. Is white privilege a real thing? And do people have more advantages than others simply because of the color of their skin?
Of course. Of course it's a, and see the thing is you have all these white people. I mean, there's a lot of broke white people, a lot of white people who are struggling,
Yeah,
right?
true.
But they still have a head start on black people, Latinos, uh, you know, Arabs in this country. Now, I'm sure that in Arab countries, the Arab have a head start on the white people that might be living there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But here in America, white people, they have that privilege. Like, I never worry about if I just go out for a walk to the store that the cops are going to shoot me.
Right.
Right.
I never have to worry about that. Uh,
Do you think about it or no? Do you empathize or no?
well, whenever I see what's going on, I get real angry about it because it
Okay.
shouldn't be that way. Nobody should like what happened to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Some asshole saw him and just immediately decided that he was suspicious. All he was doing was going to the store to get some licorice or Twizzlers or whatever the hell.
Skittles.
Skittles.
Skittles, whatever the hell it
Tea or
was.
something like that,
Nobody should have to deal with that. You know, George Floyd, had a cop kneeling on his neck for 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody should have to deal with that. Everybody should get treated with respect, dignity, and all that. And white people can just take that for granted. If I'm driving in the car and I get pulled over by the cops, I'm worried about getting a ticket. I'm not worried about getting killed.
Right. We automatically, as mothers of black sons, we always worry about when our sons leave, are they gonna come back? Because they could be doing nothing and get killed. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, 100%.
So, but we're not gonna get into that part of it. I want to talk about the white privilege part. As a person, do you think that more people understand that white privilege is a thing, or do you just understand because you hang around a lot of black people?
Well, people should understand it, but I think there's a willful ignorance of it. Like all these right wing Republicans, right? Now they're trying to rewrite the history books saying that slavery wasn't so bad and stuff like that,
Right.
right?
What?
You know,
I saw
that-
in one of the books they said they were
Right.
the people's helpers. I'm like, helpers?
Yeah, they want to call it slaves the
Helpers.
volunteers, and the
What?
volunteers. What?
Yeah.
They did not volunteer. Volunteer could go home
What?
or quit and say, I'm out of here.
matter,
Volunteer.
matter of fact, I put out a YouTube video called "Bringing Back Slavery," in which I proposed that if Republicans really believe that we should have a vote that all Republicans should be slaves, not forever, for 6 months.
Right.
They should become slaves for 6 months because that would give them time to pick up these useful skills that they say that black people learned when they was being slaves.
Right.
That they picked up useful skills that helped them to succeed later in life. That was such bullshit. So I want, to have a vote. Republicans become slaves for 6 months. I would want Ron DeSantis,
Florida.
I would want him to be my slave.
Your personal slave.
He'd be my slave. He'd work 12 hours in the fields with two 15-minute breaks. And I wouldn't separate his family. They could be out there working with him.
Okay.
I'm not going to sell his. I'm not going to sell his kids. I'm not going to have sex with his wife. Maybe if she were better looking, but
Right.
but all that. And let's see if he is able to pick up any useful skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Because let's face it, with the campaign he's running against Trump, he obviously doesn't have no skills at all.
None.
Obviously not.
No, you know what's crazy? What's crazy? I saw this study done. This lady took a white applicant and a black applicant and had them apply for all the same jobs, right?
Right.
The white applicant was 3 times more likely to get a call back than a black applicant. But here's what's crazy: when they had the same two guys apply for other jobs, all the same jobs, but they each wrote that they had a felony on their record. The white guy with the felony was as likely or more likely to get a call back compared to a black guy without a
No
felony.
felony. Yep.
It was at about
Yeah.
a black guy without a felony would get a call back 15% of the time. A white guy with a felony would get a call back 17% of the time.
Yep.
So that right there goes to show you that for black men in America, living, just existing, is equal to or worse than walking around with a felony on your record simply because you're black.
Do you think that in this world also that you as a Latino man that you get profiled like when you're driving or not
So,
as much?
so it depends. When I was a kid, we definitely had a lot of running with the cops, and were we doing some stupid things back then? 100%. But there was a few times where we weren't doing anything at all. We were literally just walking, uh, and we got pulled over for no reason at all. I got put into the back of a cop car and questioned for about an hour one time. Cop slapped me up pretty good, and I called my sister after because she was working for the sheriff's office, and I told her about it, and they couldn't figure out which police officer it was. I'm sure they could have, but they just didn't want to.
Right, they didn't want
You know,
to.
but yeah, I guess I had parked my car real quick, too quick for them. And so when I got out, they pulled up on me,
Yeah.
and the cop asked me, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Marquez." He goes, "Oh, you want to be a smart ass? Put your hands on the hood." So I put my hands on his hood. He got out of the car, kicked my legs open, looks at my wallet, and he goes, "Oh, your first name's Marquez." I'm like, "Yeah, my name's Marquez." He's like, "Well, that's usually a last name. I didn't. How was I supposed to know?" And I was like, "Did I do anything wrong?" He put cuffs on me, put me in the back seat, and was like, "Oh, do you know this dude Cortez? Do you know this dude?" And I was like, "I don't know any. I'm here to dance salsa." Like I was
You
literally
know?
there to dance, and they were just. And when I didn't want to get in the back of the car, and I go, "Tell me what I did." He literally kicked my legs out from under me, like kicked my
Oh
legs out
my
from under me.
gosh.
Yeah. So I mean, but at the same time, like we don't have to deal with the same. I think there's like degrees. It's on a spectrum, right?
Yeah.
So black men have it way worse because I think I too am like I benefit from my lighter skin. You
Yeah.
know, definitely, and I don't look so like native, quote unquote, right? I'm not like that dark a skin of a Mexican. So there's definitely a difference between the way I get treated and some other people get treated.
Yeah, you
But
look more European,
yeah,
Spanish, or
exactly.
maybe your dad's white or
Yeah,
something, or
yeah,
yeah. To me, okay. Now the privilege comes just by the skin tone. Like when someone comes in, oh, it's a white man. They're excuse me, Mister So and So, this and that and the other. Then the same black man comes to try to do the same thing. He may be disregarded, but then his white wife comes and say, "I'm sorry, what's going on, honey?" And then it'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you guys together?" It changes the story in different places.
people's
We saw
perceptions.
this thing on Instagram where they had two children. It was a little girl, white girl with blonde hair that was walking. Did you see
I
that?
saw it too.
She was walking like she was lost. And so many people stopped and were like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like it was with no sound, right?
Right.
And they were like, everybody was like, "Oh, the little white girl is lost. Where is her mother?"
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the little black girl
She didn't get no love.
roamed around. Nobody even been like, "Why is she by herself?" or nothing.
Nobody
Nothing.
talked to her. or
Nobody
anything.
talked to her. Nobody said, "Are you okay? Where's your mommy?" I'm talking about she walked in crowds, walked around by herself, and nobody touched her.
Yep. It's true. If that doesn't
Then
say
the
it,
other one was when the guy was blind. It was a
Oh yeah, the
white
blind
guy
guy.
was
Yeah.
doing his thing, and then he walked up to a guy and on purpose was grabbing people's arm. Every time the white guy grabbed the arm, the other people were like, "Oh, he's blind," and they would like help
Help
him
him.
and walk
right,
along.
right.
The black guy did it. They
They
was
pushed it.
pushing him
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, yeah.
He
I saw
was
that video too.
he was blind, and
Yeah,
they were pushing him like, "Get off
They
of
saw
me."
the stick and everything. Dude, get
They
off
yeah,
was
of me.
like, "What
yeah.
the hell?" Because he's like going like this, and he grabbed their arm,
Yep.
and they're like, so that shows you right there. But to me, it's not fair, but it is what it is. Okay, people don't want to admit that it really exists, and it pisses me off when I see some of my white friends like, "I really don't get it," or "I don't understand." It's like, what has to happen before you understand that it is different for us? and we're not griping about it. We do the best that we can do,
See,
and we love on people.
I don't fault certain people that live in a distorted view of the world because I know I have a different view of the world as well. So some of my white friends that are like affluent, for lack of better words, that have money, they do not live in the world we live in.
Right.
They just don't have access to the experiences that we have had. Being,
Exactly.
black myself and being Latino, being in the hood, being in Compton, they've never been in that environment. Right. So they literally don't know that it's like that. It's not even like they're being rude or they're being racist. They're just literally oblivious.
Ignorance.
And when for example, after World War II, right, a lot of people wound up getting homes.
Yep.
Because of the GI Bill and all that kind of thing. But black people didn't get to be part of that.
Nope.
No.
It was white folks got to be part of that.
Not really.
So there's a certain amount of generational wealth, even if it doesn't go back to the slavery times, even if it just goes back to the 1940s, that there was wealth generated for white people that was not generated for black people.
100%.
That's crazy. In the middle of the show, we like to get to know you. So I'm gonna ask Marquez. I want you to tell people where they can find you and some of the things that you're working on. Then after that, we're gonna go back to the bowl again. But right now, this is Marquez Acuna, and he's gonna tell you what's going on with him. East Los.
Yeah, East Los. You can find me on all social platforms at East Los Marquez. Working on a whole lot of things. Gonna be moving to New York for a couple years, doing a comedy run out there. Probably about 2 years. I want to see what that seems like.
Nice.
Continue with the development. I'm regularly at like the Laugh Factory Hollywood. Doing my best to get in at the Improv, and little by little, I'm getting into the Comedy Store. People are really finding out about me. Gonna be doing a monthly show in Silver Lake at the Lyric Hyperion. That's me and my boy Gadiel De Lorbe. He's the homie.
I love Gadiel.
Yeah, he's cool. He's good people.
Yeah, he's good people.
We're gonna be doing some shows together, doing some traveling together. DC in a couple weeks, Miami in a month. So yeah, man, just check me out on the socials. You see a show you want to go to, hit me up, and we'll get you out there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What about you, Honest John? We've known each other like forever, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's happened is I just moved back to L.A. as you know, just
He
a
was
couple
on the East Coast,
just a couple of weeks ago. I was in upstate New York, which it was just awful. If I'd lived in New York City, I would have been able to do shows and stuff like that. I lived in upstate New York. It was so bad I was even going to open mics.
Oh no.
That's how bad it was. So I'm back in L.A. and I'm getting a ton of shows. So if you want to know where I'm going to be, I ain't going to try to promote each show because by the time this airs, those shows might be over anyway. But on Instagram, I'm at Real Honest John 4. On Facebook, my real name, John Basinger. And also there's an Honest John fan page. And then on Twitter, which is now X.
Yeah,
Which
X.
Which is now X. I know they're changing everything now.
Which since that idiot bought it, it's not anywhere near as good. But I still promote my gigs on there, and every now and then I say something nasty about Republicans. So that's at Real Honest John.
Okay, that's what's up. You can see us here, and we also have a new Instagram page for this show. So you can also follow us on Instagram now at This Is Where I Stand Show. Okay? Nice. So we just added that, and people are just finding out about that. You can follow me on all platforms at Edwanda White. On Instagram, you can follow me at Edwanda's World. And what about you?
Noble One on everything. NOBLE 1 and E.
Okay, so we just want to make sure that you guys are able to follow who you see on the show, and we've been having so much fun. And we're going to go back to the bowl and get it popping. Let's see what we got.
All right.
All right.
Get a good one.
Let's see what we got in this bowl.
That sounds pretty good. I don't know if we're going to top that one.
Let's see.
So this is where do we stand, not what do you know?
This is the
opinion stuff? Because I already won the
There you
what
go.
do you know
Yeah,
stuff. Right?
that's
Oh, you want to bring that up again?
Oh, you the champion.
Oh, you bringing up both stuff?
You
No,
won.
I'm gonna
What
rub
do you
that
know?
in.
It's
Gonna
test
rub it
your,
in. Gonna,
test your
Yeah.
knowledge segment. You are the king.
gonna brag and gloat and all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys think that television and movies are brainwashing our kids? And do you think binge watching things on computers, phones, and other devices control what they think? Which
Go
one do
ahead.
you guys want to go first?
I mean, I can go first. If you want to go first, you go ahead. You had an opinion.
Okay. Listen, to a certain extent, we are influenced by TV, movies, and all that kind of thing. That's why, for example, there are commercials on TV,
Right.
because
Yeah.
they want to influence you to buy this stuff.
Marketing works.
There's
Yeah.
also, depending on what you watch, what you might get might influence your opinions on stuff that's going on now. For a perfect example is that the economy has improved a tremendous amount under Biden. It really has. As a matter of fact, your money is worth more now than it was 2 years ago, and that's kind of unusual. But a whole
We
lot
have to
of
Google that to see if that's a fact.
No, it is. No, it is.
a whole lot of people believe that that Biden doesn't know what he's doing, that he's confused and stuff like that. He's an old guy. But let me tell you, he's managed to outfox the Republicans at every turn. So if he's senile, where are they at?
Yeah,
I
fair.
guess.
But when it comes to social media and the streaming services, video games, movies, all that stuff, that one's it is a tricky question because obviously we all are influenced by the things that we consume, right? Like definitely, we're all influenced by things that we consume. But there is no going back. Like the cat's out of the bag. Like Pandora's box has been opened. Kids have access to the internet now. So now there has to be an effort from society as a whole to make sure that our kids are watching things they should be watching. For example, TikTok is huge, right? The TikTok that they have in China is completely different. They get videos about engineering, science, nature, mathematics.
Well, I'm not sure if you heard, like, that's why they had to add the STEM thing on TikTok now.
Right.
Like, they had to literally add STEAM as an individual page because they were saying that the United States versus China TikTok, they were purposely doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but people thought it was like a random just algorithm based on.
No,
China
definitely
was
not.
Purposely doing that.
China was purposely feeding their kids educational videos
Yep.
and feeding our kids dance
Idiocracy.
videos.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so
So that actually kind of proves it that it does brainwash our kids. I know kids like that all they know is tablets and things like that. Whereas in our day we didn't have them,
right.
and then in his day they started getting them. He's like he made it in on the millennials. He's not Z, but he's still like under 30.
Yeah.
But he remembers the internet and doing homework on computers and stuff like that. But we have kids now that are Z. They never knew what a CD is or Blu-ray, none of that stuff. They don't even know what a house phone is.
Yeah.
All they know is sliding.
They've never seen a house phone.
They never seen a house
Yeah,
phone.
when I grew up, your phone never left the house.
Right. Right.
If your phone rang and you weren't home,
Oh, well.
It's crazy.
there wasn't even
You
a
missed
message machine when I was coming up. If you missed a phone call, didn't matter how important it was, you missed it. That was the end of it.
And Mr. For
That was
Dang,
it. We had answer machine, but he before my time, but we had answer machines all the time.
I mean,
Or maybe I think you click over. What you call it when you click over?
hold.
So
You be on the phone.
Call
so
waiting.
answering
waiting.
service.
Yeah, we in my time we had
Call
you talk on the phone, somebody else was calling, you go, hold on, girl, and then click it, you click it, and then it was somebody else. Oh, let me call you back. You gonna talk to? Is that three-way calling? What
No,
is that?
three-way would bring them in. That's 3 ways. You
Well,
was
talking about
call
call
waiting.
waiting.
Yeah, you
Call
talking about
waiting.
call waiting.
Now that was my thing.
Yeah.
Call wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
Like,
hold on real quick.
yeah.
Okay.
In his day, if they called and you weren't there,
It's
that's
over.
it.
That was the end of it. Yeah.
No.
It could be you won $1 million. You might never find out about it.
Right, because
Wow.
you were not home to get the call. With us, even if you're on the phone, it wasn't all beep, 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 beep. we could click over and be like, oh hey, oh let me call you back. Then it beep 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 again. Somebody else, oh
Wow.
hey, and that's really a good thing. Okay, the kids are being brainwashed, and do you think that we can change that, or it's just too late? Because now we're going into the metaverse, we're going into
Well, I'm gonna step in.
Oculuses and
Just
those
like he
things.
said, I think the cat is already out the bag, and we're only getting more and more technological the farther we go ahead. Like the future, like I showed you, the Apple Vision Pro and the things that's coming, like not even the stuff that we're doing today. Like today, it's obsolete already. We're looking at the future, the next 10 years, with Neuralink and all the stuff that they're saying they're going to do.
But are the average people going to be on those things, or
Yes,
only the
no,
wealthy?
no.
The
That new
same,
thing that's coming is
the same.
3,500.
Well,
Who's going to be having those?
well, see, that's the thing. Everything, when it hits critical mass, and critical mass is 10% of the population, just
Yep,
like the TV, right? So the
yep.
TV
Yeah.
was introduced, and when it reached critical mass at 10%, it went from 10% to 90% within like
Immediately.
5 years.
Real quick.
It's insane.
No,
So
same thing with iPhones.
same thing with iPhones, same thing
everything.
with
Yep.
personal computers, same thing. So
Video
Yeah,
technology,
all the kids
systems.
have
cars,
iPhones.
Right.
follow the same trajectory. So
Yep.
we don't look at it and we say, "Oh man, I don't know how to ride a horse." No, people just have cars now.
Right.
But
So
why do they keep coming up with new stuff like 1 minute is this and that, and now oh it's threads and
Now
Yeah,
it's
now
yeah,
gonna-
yeah,
it's
but
now it's going to be
Japan.
artificial
the
intelligence,
same-
all
the
that.
same
AI
way-
is coming.
the same way from before when it was newspapers and then it became TV. You had 3 channels, then you had 10 channels, then you had cable, then you had on demand. Now
Now
you
you
have
got
Netflix
streaming.
streaming. It's
Right.
just the evolution. The evolution. So
But what are they trying to evolve to where there's no human existence?
no, I think
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen next is that we're gonna get to a place where you're gonna literally be able to live your life online. Like you're
Right.
gonna have a whole avatar of you in this virtual
Why
world.
are they brainwashing our kids, or what are they trying to get them to
I don't
do?
I don't think I don't think that's it's a brainwashing thing. I think it's just technology that
Right.
continuously advances. So here's something. When we look at like aliens, right? We everybody assumes that aliens are like physical beings because we identify with some other creature, right? It has to be
That's
Right.
like us.
like a physical
That-
body, right?
Yeah,
But here's the
you
thing:
think.
if you have a physical body, you have limitations to that physical body, right? Because your body can only live for so long, and you have to travel 100,000 light years to get to the next solar system or whatever it is, 37 light years to get to Alpha Centauri. Like you wouldn't, Astro Centauri, you wouldn't be able to make that journey because you would die before that,
Right.
right? So what I think, if there is higher civilizations or higher minded, beings, entities, whatever, I think that they've probably figured out a way to upload their consciousness into these mechanical things. So when we see like
Controlled by what?
controlled, like imagine your brain or like your thoughts, your like your synapses, your algorithms, that the way that you think, the way that you are, all that can be recorded, and they can record that and put it up into a computer, into a system.
Like, have you
Now you
seen-
can live
They
in a
have this
virtual
thing where you
world.
can put it on your head,
Yeah,
and
that's the-
they can show the pictures that you're thinking of.
100%. So that's what I'm saying. A more advanced civilization
Like
can do
altered
that.
carbon. It's
Exactly, like
yeah,
altered carbon.
where they
Yeah,
have the little
altered
chip in
carbon.
the egg.
Yeah.
Well,
And so now,
Oh
so
my
when
God.
we see UFOs and stuff, there's a possibility that those UFOs aren't like the spacecraft. It might be the actual being
Right.
uploaded to that technology to be able to travel all this distance.
Well, will the Generation Z, are they gonna be less human?
I think,
I don't think it's gonna happen that fast. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna take
No,
a couple
it-
of years before we're not human.
It
So,
will.
but Alpha, no,
It-
no, we're human, but they're like they don't know how to talk to people. Like,
right.
You know,
Right.
they see a girl over there, they go, instead of saying hi Cindy, they'll text her. Oh, there was Cindy over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text her.
Yeah. It's just an evolution
She's
of
right
technology.
there. Like,
Yeah.
what are you?
Okay, when the last time you used Morse code?
I never.
Exactly.
Right.
On
No,
the 5th of
that-
February.
no.
Would you write a letter?
Right. When the last time you wrote
I write letters.
No, when the
Okay.
last time you wrote a letter and used a ink pen that you had to dip?
I write my husband letters.
No, the ink pen that you had to dip in the ink.
Oh, I've never done that.
Right. No, what I'm saying is those technologies have moved forward to where those are obsolete, and everything moves forward no matter what it is.
Yeah, technological advances breed more technological
Right.
advances.
Yeah.
But now
Kids are
here's the
smart.
thing. Here's the thing.
Kids are smart.
Mark Twain once said that a lie can run around the world before truth can get its pants on in the morning.
Yep.
And with
Facts.
the internet and all that stuff, that is now even more true.
100%.
See, but you can find a lot of true stuff on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
but there's millions of lies. There's
100%.
millions of lies on the internet, and the problem is that people don't seem to be able to
Discern.
pick one or the to choose distinguish which is the truth and which is a lie,
Right.
and that's a failure of our education system.
Right.
One of the things people need to learn is how to fact check.
Right.
You know, you got people who believed what Trump says he won the election. You got people who believe that even though he never provided one bit of evidence that happened.
Right.
As a matter of fact, all
When
the
they
evidence
asked
is
him-
against him.
Right. I was like, when they asked him to get the evidence, he said, "Let's not even talk about it."
Yeah.
My whole thing is that the reason why we brought up the question about our kids being brainwashed, because they got the tablets, and I could hardly keep up with the technology as it is, and then you got our little nieces and nephews. All they know is that, and every day they're being programmed. So in my mind, like, are you being less human? Meaning the new, not the Z, but even the Alpha generation after them. Are they gonna just not even talk to each other, be in the same room doing like this with computers? Are their friends gonna be, AI, or
Okay.
Yeah,
not even
maybe.
talk to real
Yeah, I was
people?
gonna say, think
or,
about this. Once you get a normie,
Dang.
why even talk? What if I could just mentally, telepathically talk to you? Why would I even need to talk or text or do anything if I could telepathically talk?
That guy was doing that. What's the guy that used to be in the wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking.
If he was doing that, talking with his brain, right?
Yeah.
What's that machine called that he had?
I don't know what it's
But
called.
if they could do that, then kids could do that too. Then, huh?
No, but
Eventually.
So, just like he was saying, when something reaches critical mass, first it starts out for the rich people and for the influential people to try it to see if it
Right.
actually
Yeah.
has
Usually it's the military
viability.
first.
Yeah, military always first.
Always first.
Well, that's the secret. They don't tell you that.
Yeah.
They be like, the military got technology that's 100 years ahead of us,
Yeah.
right?
At
right
least.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now they got. I would say probably like 20 to 50 years ahead of where we're at.
I'll say 100 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Okay.
Well, there's certain technologies that the military has that are meant for defense and for war and for
Right.
things like that. And they should be way ahead of what everybody else has. One of the big problems in this country is that the technology of high powered weapons is now with everybody. It's not just the military that has that. As a result, you can't even. I mean, I don't even go shop at Target no more because I don't want to be
One of
a
them.
target.
You don't want to be a
Right.
target.
Literally.
It's a bad name for the time we live in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts.
so that technology that should be kept with the military, right? People shouldn't have weapons of war.
I agree.
Okay. So on that note, we have talked about so many things. I love doing this show because I get to find out how interesting and funny and smart my friends are. You know what I mean? A lot of them are comedians, but we always talk about the funny side.
Yeah.
But they really have some interesting things to say. We talked about some really good stuff today, and I'm gonna give Marquez the chance to just give his final words on something encouraging that you want to say today to anyone out there.
Okay. The thing that has stuck with me and has gotten me out of dark places in the past, something I do my best to remember and live by, is this little motto, right? And it's, if you want things you never have, if you want things you've never had, you have to do things you've never done.
That's right.
So it's hard. Anything worth having is difficult, and it's painful. But on the other side of it, you get to choose the pain that you go through. You either go through the pain of disappointment and not getting what you want, or you go through the pain of figuring it out and getting there.
Or the pain of regret.
I
pain
love
of
that,
regret,
and I do. You teach me a lot of things in terms of discipline, like how you are with the way you eat and your body, and how you work out, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah,
you see
got
the
it.
results immediately.
Got it.
Me, I would be like, I want to do this, but you don't do that. You be like, I want to do this by this time. I'm
Exactly.
gonna do it. and I've seen you do it.
Yeah, and
And
it
I
wasn't always
love
like
that.
that. It wasn't always like that. A lot of people don't know this, but 7 years ago, I was completely homeless, living out of my Toyota Scion and a gym membership.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah, see, I just
Wow.
met you, so I'm getting to know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that part of your story.
Yeah.
But you are a go getter. And
Yeah, gotta do it.
ever since, we just been, vibing. I
And
like
doing
what you're
shows.
doing.
I love
And
what you do. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You're killing
so,
these shows.
yeah. So, what's your words of encouragement, Honest John?
Well, I'll tell you just from my own personal experience, life is going to knock you down. Things are going to go wrong, right? You might try for something, you might not get it. But the main thing is you don't let that stop you. You keep finding ways to move ahead and move on. Because if you just let a bad break or something negative that happens just take it all away from you, then that wins.
Yeah.
That wins. To me, I as long as I got the strength, I keep going.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about you is that, you keep a pure heart and you just keep going. And you have the perfect name, Honest John, because
Honest John.
you get on that stage and you tell your truth. And you don't care. You're unapologetic. And I love that. You know what I mean?
Thank
That's
you.
why black people like you, because we like real, keeping it real type people.
Hell yeah.
You go to white rooms, you go to black rooms. Black rooms are not going to accept you if you coming in there with some BS. We're not trying to hear that. You come with the real stuff, and it's, it resonates with us. And you've been my brother from day one. So that's what's up. On mine is, I say go for anything that you have in your heart to do. I feel like a lot of times we're our own worst enemies. We talk ourselves out of greatness. Stop doing that. Because if we have in our heart to do, it's doable. And whatever you want to put out there, put out there. So what you say?
Well, I was going to piggyback off that and say, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Because I feel like a lot of people's worst critic is themselves. And they get in their own insecurities about the things that they can't do in their own minds. Nobody's even saying that. Most people would be super supportive of what they do if they were just willing to put it out there. So get out of your own way and do it.
Facts. We got some good words from Marquez, some good words from Honest John, good words from me and Noble One. And this has been an amazing edition of This Is Where I Stand.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
you.
See you next week.